tea, welcome back to my channel. I hope you and yours are doing incredible today. My name is Kiki. If it's your first time in here, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you're yet to do so, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you can be informed whenever I upload a new video. On today's video, I will be sharing with you my ranking of my favorite Arabic fragrance dupes. Yeah, there were a lot released in 2024, my goodness, but I did the work. I provided to you my top 20. Now I'd like to know what fragrances made the cut. Why don't you get settled, get hydrated? Let's get into the video. Okay, I'm gonna start off with two bonuses. First is Kiaana Crush by Afnan. This is such an adorable shade of pink, so feminine, just so cute to look at. Now, Kiaana Crush is your warm, slightly spicy fragrance. It is something that I wear when I want to feel elegant, and it's just a well-rounded, womanly fragrance. Wear this and you're going to feel literally like royalty. It's so special here, and I love how the note of passion fruit sweetens it up a little bit, just making this a well-rounded fragrance. Now, Kiaana Crush is Afnan's take on Queen of Silk by Creed, which is one of my favorite fragrances ever, by Creed, by luxury fragrance houses, and also released in 2024. So you see, it's high up there in terms of the original fragrance. So I was expecting so much with Kiaana Crush. Now, while it's a good smelling representation of Queen of Silk, I mean, it smells like it as it settles in. The reason it's not in the official chart and it's a bonus is because of the performance, which has been a letdown. I was really surprised because Afnan fragrances are known to be intense performers. I have a few of their fragrances, so I can attest to that. But for some reason, Kiaana Crush doesn't last on my clothes or my skin. I'm getting at most 30 minutes, tops an hour if I overspray. And so having to reapply, overspray is something I did not plan for. And so that is something that has just pushed this away from being officially on the chart. So it's going to be a bonus. Now I'm hoping that with time this gets stronger, it ages better, it matures, and then yes, it can be recognized as one of the best fragrances released in 2024. For now, I don't think it's worth being ranked, and so it's going to be a bonus fragrance and a great dupe for Queen of Silk by Creed. And the second bonus fragrance is Jawhara by Lattafa, and this is from their niche Emarati collection. Look at this gorgeous shade of blue. Looks absolutely regal in person. It is such a delight to look at. You got to see this in person. Now, Jawhara is your sweet, rich plum mixed with some green notes, and then it also has some spiciness to it. This is such a complex fragrance. It is sweet, spicy, green. It is so intense and, like I said, complex. But the reason I like it, and it's worth mentioning here, is because it gets me compliments all the time. There's something about this fragrance that once I wear it, I know people are going to compliment me. It happens always, non-stop. It has an intoxicating appeal to people for some reason. It literally draws them close to me whenever I spray it. But on its own, I don't really enjoy it. I mean, it is so heavy with the way it smells and performs. That rich plum, the spiciness, the green notes. I think that's from the osmanthus here, which I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, that really comes alive in this fragrance, especially at the opening. But as it settles in, it gets to be that spicy, sweet fragrance. Very unusual, very unique. Now, Jawhara is Lattafa's take on Plumbing Cognac by Scent of Wood. I believe that came out in 2020. So if you've been wanting to get that fragrance because it's a bit pricey, skip that. Get this, Jawhara is such a perfect dupe of Plumbing Cognac by Scent of Wood. All right, so number 20 is First and White by Carrelage, and this is your soft vanilla fragrance. If you love vanilla, you gotta have this in your collection. Now, First and White is like your vanilla milk, and you have some muskiness in there as well with a little bit of coconut powder added to that mixture. That is the idea of First and White, and it's so beautiful. It's creamy, it's warm, it's like a hug in a bottle type of fragrance with a great performance. Okay, so you literally smell like a very sensual lady, so seductive the way you smell. That's the beauty of First and White, and it is absolutely amazing. Now, First and White is Cadilla's take on Vanilla Powder by Matière Premiere. I consider that to be one of the best vanilla fragrances, especially for the grown and sexy crowd. All right, the only reason this is at number 20 is because I get a slight sweetness in this fragrance, which takes away from the unique appeal of Vanilla Powder. If you know that fragrance, you know that it has no sweetness at all. It is warm vanilla extract mixed with coconut powder and musk. So it literally is trying to pull in like a raw appeal. That's it. It's almost feral in the way the whole combination of those three notes smell. And with First and White, that sweetness just kicks it away from that appeal that it gives. That, you know, the sweetness just takes it away from that sexy accord that I get from the combination of the vanilla extract, the coconut powder, and the musk. Also, I must add the performance. While it's great, it's incomparable to the Enigma that is Vanilla Powder by Matière Premiere. I mean, strong performer, all the fragrances from that brand. So that being said, that's the only reason why it's at number 20. But if you don't care for that, if you don't mind a little sweetness, if you don't mind like a regular performance with your fragrances, then you must have First and White by Cadillac. It's a great vanilla fragrance for vanilla fragrance lovers. At number 19 is Bayn Asrar, and this is by Paris Corner. I just love the look of this bottle, very chic. That's the glazed ice look. It is so luxurious looking to me. Now, Bayn Asrar is what I consider to be a more wearable version of Guidance by Amouage. If you know that fragrance, then you know that it is very complex, very unique, very intense, and so you just need 2 sprays and people will smell you from miles away. But Paris Corner decided to take the plunge and recreate that DNA, but in a softer way, in a calmer way, in a more wearable way that people seem to enjoy. But I also add that there's something fresh to it at the opening, and then that turns a little bit sweet as it dries down, which is why it's at number 19 in my ranking. Okay, the freshness, the sweetness is not a part of Guidance to my nose, and so that's why Bayn Asrar is at number 19. A lot of people prefer this, which is good for them. But for me, I like the intensity of Guidance. And if you're recreating that, retain that for me. That's what I want. When you're replicating something, give me the same thing or add to it to give it that pizzazz, all right? But with Paris Corner, Bayn Asrar, it's softer, it's calmer, it's wearable, like people like to say. And so if you love that, you're going to love this. And it's a number 19, a lovely dupe of Guidance by Amouage. And talking about adding something to a fragrance to make it stand out, number 18 is A Fifth by Lattafa. This bottle is a literal piece of art. I am just in awe of how Lattafa gets it with these designs. This, I also love the fact that the cap is not heavy. I've reviewed this on my channel, so please go check out that video. Now, A Fifth is Lattafa's take on Herba Pura by Xerjoff, but in this case, they added floral notes to make it, should I say, more elegant and more playful in a stylish way, right? So with Herba Pura, I think it's a bit loud and can open up a bit sharp, but with A Fifth, that sharpness, almost metallic quality is taken away because of the floral notes. I'm talking tuberose and jasmine and orange blossom. So those sweet, fluffy floral notes are added in here, and they just make it smell so pleasurable to my nose. I'm addicted to this fragrance. It's one of the newest ones in my collection, but any opportunity I can have to wear this, I am bathing myself in it. It is so addictive. I feel it's really good. I'm looking at the bottle like I'm talking to someone. It's so gorgeous. You have to see this in person. So yeah, if you want the Herba Pura DNA but with a twist to it, you have to check out A Fifth. Like I said, it's the floral addition that just makes it stand out to me. And thank God Lattafa did not give us another Herba Pura, because we have so many of those from different brands on the market. But bringing in that jazzy effect to it, I think it's worth having in your collection, or makes this worth having in, you know, your perfume list. All right, so number 18, a gorgeous fragrance by Lattafa, a dupe of Herba Pura. This is good. And number 17 is Fierte by French Avenue. And this bottle is just so gorgeous. This is a cat sitting here protecting her cup, and I just love staring at it. Now, Fierte is French Avenue's take on Baby Cat by Yves Saint Laurent, and they did such an amazing job recreating that DNA in here. But what I love about this is the addition of the note of caramel. Now, you see, that DNA has been done one too many times, and I was tired of it on the market. So having that sweetness added to the accord was just a welcome development to me, right? I like that. Again, when something is added to a known DNA, making it stand out. I appreciate that, and French Avenue just understood the assignment with Fierte. Now, Fierte is also a great performer, so you're having it last for a long time on your clothes and your skin. So you're getting really good performance and great quality for what you're paying for this fragrance. Now, I know it's been sold out for the most part. Hopefully, you can get your hands on it. I'll be able to list these fragrances that I mentioned here, hopefully in the description so you can get your hands on them. But yeah, a really good one by French Avenue, recreating the DNA of YSL's Baby Cat, but adding in that sweetness for those of us who love our sweet fragrances. This is Fierte at number 17. And number 16 is Vintage Castle, and this is by Lattafa. It's from their niche Emarati collection. I love this fragrance and the DNA it's replicating. So Vintage Castle is when your sweet world and your fresh world come together in the most simple form. So the sweetness is from marshmallows and the freshness is from patchouli. Merged together, you have the idea of Vintage Castle. Now this right here is an amazing unisex fragrance, but it leans more masculine. However, I love wearing it, especially going to the office or for classy events. I get compliments all the time wearing Vintage Castle, and people I know who have it just keep commenting how good it is and works for them. This one is such an amazing summertime fragrance because the way the freshness comes up really works well with the heat. It cools you up, and people love that smell in the air. Now, Vintage Castle is a perfect one-to-one dupe of Sole Patchouli by Virtus. Now, that has a cult following. I mean, people love that fragrance, especially men. So Lattafa being able to recreate that in Vintage Castle in such an amazing way. In fact, even the performance is close to what you're getting in the original fragrance. So Lattafa did an amazing job with this as a dupe. So Vintage Castle, if you love Sole Patchouli and it's too pricey, definitely get your nose on Vintage Castle. I love it so much. And number 15 is El Dorado Extrait, and this is by French Avenue as well. This is such a luxurious looking bottle that honestly, if I did not know the brand that created this and I'd seen this in a store, I would think that this fragrance is going in the upwards of $100 or more. Seriously, it looks so luxurious in person. Anyway, El Dorado Extrait is your sweet, slightly metallic smelling fragrance, okay? Which you're thinking, sweet metallic, why is that nice? Well, it smells so sexy. Something about that combination that works. Now, when I initially presented this fragrance to you, I said that it was an original fragrance because that was my understanding. However, I've been wearing a few other fragrances I have in my collection, and comparing it with El Dorado Extrait, I can tell you that this indeed is a dupe and not an original scent. So to my nose, El Dorado Extrait smells a lot like Ganymede Extrait by Marc-Antoine Bargois. If you know, that fragrance is also your metallic scent. It has that nuance of minerals in there and a little bit of, should I say, suede or leather added at the backdrop to make it such an incredibly unique fragrance that works for people. Like, you might see the DNA and think it's too much, but wearing it or sniffing it is very, very addictive scent. That's what you're getting in El Dorado Extrait. Also, that DNA is reminiscent of what you're getting in Crystal Saffron Extrait. But I would say the dupe is Marc-Antoine Bargois' Ganymede Extrait. That's what we should look at. And so that is what El Dorado Extrait reminds me of. And I think that if that was the intention of French Avenue, they did a fantastic job with this fragrance. I just look, I mean, I've already made such a massive dent in it and I love it. Compliment puller for me, and it lasts so long. I can literally smell this on my clothes all day whenever I spray it, and it works so well. So if you haven't gotten the Eldorado Extrait, don't sleep on it. It is so good and a great dupe for Ganymede Extrait by Marc Antoine Berger. And number 14 is Emir by Lattafa. And listen to me, my 2024 summer memory will not be complete without Emir, because this served its purpose, all right? Emir is your fresh, spicy fragrance that smells like money, okay? Wear this and you'll be let into rooms you can't even imagine. You will smell like part of the 1% of the 1%. That is what Emir smells like. So, Emir is Lattafa's take on Town and Country by Clive Christian. That fragrance, this fragrance, I can tell apart. Next to each other, 1-to-1, literal, exact DNA transferred from Town and Country into Emir. This is an incredible fragrance. Tell me how Lattafa did that. I have no idea, but they did. And I fell head over heels in love with this. Also another blind buy for me, and I'm so happy that I got this in. If you love the idea of your clary sage, some ginger and citrus notes, you're going to love this one. It is so well done, so well rounded. It doesn't have anything scratchy or screechy in here. Just a perfect representation of Town and Country in a fragrance is what you're getting in Emir here. This is perfectly unisex. I'm telling you, on a man, on a woman, chef's kiss. So good. Summertime only. This will not project or work any other season, but in the heat, your presence will be announced. Money magnet that you are, you need this fragrance in your collection. This is Emir at number 14. And number 13 is Irida Extrait by French Avenue, another pretty pink bottle. Like I shared in the previous video, there was such a huge presence of feminine leaning shades, you know, pinks, purples, reds, and I loved it. This year, 2024, has been the year of femininity. Anyway, Irida Extrait is an airy take on cherry, and I love it. Now, I'm not a big fan of cherry. I want to mention that again. However, with Irida Extrait, it's so beautifully done. It's wearable, it's enjoyable, it's light. It's something I can wear throughout the year and just want more and more of it. It's something I can reach for easily. It's girly, basically. And I love the name Irida and how it's just captured in the fragrance bottle. Everything about this, I love. Irida Extrait is French Avenue's take on Electric Cherry by Tom Ford. And while that fragrance got a lot of flack, Irida Extrait got a lot of thumbs up because for some reason it just worked for a lot of people. And I think the price point matched this fragrance compared to what Tom Ford was selling theirs at. This is also a great performer, even though you have to like overspray. That's when you get Irida Extrait to really show up on your clothes and on your skin. But see, my dent, I made a huge one. That's to tell you I've been wearing this fragrance constantly and it's gorgeous. So if you're looking for a perfect dupe for Electric Cherry by Tom Ford, look no further. Get this instead. This is Irida Extrait by French Avenue and it's at number 13. And number 12 is Hibiscus Magique, and this is by Fragrance World. Now, Hibiscus Magique is Fragrance World's take on Hibiscus Magique by Maison, and they did a stellar job. I remember the first time I smelled this fragrance and I put Hibiscus Magique next to me, I could not for the life of me tell them apart. At the dry down, there was just no difference. It was pretty hard for me to get which was which. That is how good Hibiscus Magique is, and it's just been performing so well. Of course, nothing on this planet can meet or match the performance, the beast mode performance of Hibiscus Magique by Maison. So I can't compare that with this, but I will tell you, in comparison to other Arabic fragrances with the floral notes, Hibiscus Magique is a standout. So you're getting intensity, strength, great performance with Hibiscus Magique. You can smell it all day in your clothes and it's such a strong one. And as the fragrance has been settling in, look, it's getting brown, like dark, and the juice is getting more intense, which I just love. So I can't wait to explore this more. But if you've been trying to get Hibiscus Magique, please do not stress yourself. Get Hibiscus Magique. Very well done to Fragrance World for this. So number 12, Hibiscus Magique, a perfect replica of Hibiscus Magique by Maison. Number 11 is Noble Blush, and this is by Lattafa. This is from their Badi Au collection, and I just love this fragrance. Oh my goodness. So this is in continuation of that. Take a DNA, replicate it, but make it better. Lattafa decided to do that here with the Lena exclusive, where they took the accord that is formed from that gorgeous, sexy rose fragrance, and then they brought in rose milk to make it creamier and sweeten it up with what smells like sugar as well. This is such a delight to smell, a delight to wear. Like, it gets me compliments. It is so long lasting. This would just fill up any room you're in. This has such an amazing sillage and scent trail. People will smell this off of you and it stays. Oh my goodness, this will be on your clothes for a day. On your skin, you're getting 6 to 8 hours. This one is incredible. This is one of the stronger perfumes within the Badi Oud series. If you know those fragrances within that line, this to me is one of the strongest in terms of performance and in terms of the smell, and I love this so much. I cannot just get enough of it. Of course, I can see through the bottle, but I can feel that I'm already halfway through it because I've been bathing myself in it since I got this in my collection. I just love it. I mean, right on time by Lattafa. Perfect fragrance for fall, perfect fragrance for now. And again, like I mentioned, there's a lot of pinks being released in 2024, and this is one of them. Such a cute, pretty, feminine fragrance and bottle. So if you love the Lena exclusive, but you want something more from that, you're gonna get that with Noble Blush by Lattafa from the Badia Oud series. All right, it's time for the big dogs. I'm talking the top 10, but before I go on, I wonder if you can guess what my number one is. Please put it in the comments. I can't wait to see if you guessed correctly. My number 10 is Eclair by Lattafa. I remember where I was when this fragrance was released. This right here is gourmand at its finest, at its finest, at its finest, okay? Lattafa took what we know and love, Bianco Latte, and said, listen, I'm going to give you the exact same fragrance at a fraction of the price. And we were like, bring it on. Lattafa did justice to that. This is your honey, your milk, your whipped cream. This is sweetness, but it's overt in its thickness and its richness, so you have to be mindful of that. If you do not like sweet fragrances, if you do not like creamy fragrances, if you do not like gourmand fragrances, there is no way in this world you're going to love Eclair. But if you're away from that and you're like, give me all the sweetness, I want all the compliments, I want to smell like a literal walking snack, then Eclair will be your best friend. This is incredible. A beast mode performer, a compliment magnet, a long-lasting fragrance. It is all shades of sweetness, of creaminess, of all the lactonic vibes you can imagine, bottled up together. That is what you're getting in Eclair. I love it so much. I love wearing it on its own. I love layering it. Now, this is one that is perfect for the thick of winter. Like when it's really cold is when you're going to appreciate Eclair more. If you wear it in any other season, this would be too much for you, okay? So now is the time. If you've been wanting Eclair, buy it now. If you already own it, but you stashed it away, pull it out now. Eclair is going to do the Lord's work for you this season. So at number 10, the perfect dupe for Bianco Latte, literally the best dupe of Bianco Latte on the market. This is Eclair by Lattafa. Number 9 is Art of Nature 2. And this bottle right here, oh my goodness. Lattafa's creative team deserves all the kudos for 2024. A majority of their bottle designs were just incredible pieces of art, all right? Now, Art of Nature 2 is your warm, citrusy vanilla. It's like a citrus cupcake. That's how I like to describe this. It's sweet, it's fluffy, it's light. It just smells edible and enjoyable. Now, to my nose, this is a lighter take on Althair by Parfum de Marly. Now, I say lighter because that fragrance, as it settles in and when you store it in your collection, it gets stronger. But with Art of Nature 2, I'm smelling it a bit lighter and softer. So I like to say that Art of Nature 2 is the feminine take on Althair by Parfum de Marly, if you can put it that way. So this one, it is still as rich in terms of the way the fragrance smells. Like you're literally getting the same smell, but it's not as intense as the original Althair by Parfum de Marly. That's the only difference between both fragrances. This is lighter, Althair is stronger. If you're fine with that, then you should be fine with Art of Nature too. So women, ladies, I consider this to be more for you and you would enjoy it. I love this. I wish this came out in summertime, which I think would have been a great time to really enjoy this one. But hey, we're here on holidays. People love, the idea of citrus gourmands, and I'm picking this up, wearing this a lot more. Hopefully I can create such a big dent, because trust me, I've been wearing this. I'm already starting to make a dent, but I should do more with this fragrance. Anyway, I love it. And at number 9, it's such a great fragrance to have. Again, if you love Althair but want something a bit softer as a woman, you're going to love Art of Nature too by Lattafa. Still on the topic of Althair by Parfum de Marly, and number 8 is Liquid Brun by French Avenue. And honestly, look at the color. It's literally the exact same shade you're getting with the bottle of Althair by Parfum de Marly. Truth be told, this right here, Liquid Brun by French Avenue, is a 1-to-1-to-1 dupe of Althair by Parfum de Marly. If you're looking for the exact dupe in terms of its richness, thickness, how it just performs, Liquid Brun is the one for you. All right. Now with Liquid Brun, I would even say that the performance outweighs or outlasts the original DNA or the original fragrance, which is Althair. Liquid Brun is stronger, and the more it's been in my collection, the stronger it's gotten. But bear in mind though, Althair was created for men, so it's leaning towards the masculine crowd. Now how I'll say it is this: as a man, if you're looking for a 1-to-1 dupe of Althair, you want to get your nose on Liquid Brun. But as a woman, if you want a more feminine, softer take on the Althair DNA, then you want to get your nose on Art of Nature too. Both of them, same fragrance that they are duping. However, there's just those difference in terms of performance and smell. So number 9, a perfect dupe of Althair by Parfum de Marly, but for the feminine crowd, is Art of Nature 2. And at number 8, Liquid Brun for the masculine crowd. And number 7 is Mystique Bouquet by Afnan. This bottle gets me all the time. The color is so beautiful. The blue and the green look so regal. Afnan did an amazing job with Mystique Bouquet. This is your sweet, fresh, clean, just very ultra feminine fragrance in a bottle. This is Afnan's take on Valaya by Parfum de Marly, and they did an incredible job with this. In fact, it performs better than Valaya in my opinion. Take that to the bank. This is a great offering. This went viral this year and worth it. Like, this is a fragrance you can wear year round, okay? This is one that works perfectly in the office. People will compliment you, want to know what you're wearing. This will make for a great bridal scent. This is one that you can wear for date nights or lunch dates. Like, I can put in all the scenarios where Mystique Bouquet just works perfectly. And it's such an incredible job. And again, the way it performs, you can smell this on your clothes all day. Like, this smells so put together and so ladylike. I love it so much. So if you're thinking of Valaya, save your money. This is such a 1-to-1 dupe of it. Like, you can tell them apart if you have the sample. Just try to smell it. You understand what I'm saying. A great job Afnan did with this one. This is Mystique Bouquet, a dupe of Valaya by Parfum de Marly. All right, before I get to my number 6, have you figured out my number 1 yet? Please put it in the comments. I can't wait to read from you. So number 6, it's Azzure Oud by French Avenue. Oh, the bottle color. This to me is the best from the line. Now, Azzure Oud is your juicy passion fruit and oud with some leather in here as well. This is such a delicious take on Oud Maracuja by Maison, and I am in love with this juice. Oh, if you've always wanted Oud Maracuja, it's hard to get, it's super pricey, please get Azzure Oud. You're not missing out on anything. It's literally the exact same thing. And I love that this is such a strong performer. You know what? French Avenue has started mastering the art of giving us strong performing fragrances in a wearable, enjoyable form. Azzure Oud is a smooth fragrance. Even though it's a dupe, it's smooth. Like, it presents itself in a way that you can wear it and you might lose yourself in just how it performs that you're overspraying it, but it's not offensive in the air. Anyway, Azure Oud, a great dupe of Oud Maracuja in my opinion, and I just love it so much. It is fantastic. Now this though is a little bit masculine leaning, so if you're a girly girl and you don't like Oud, you're not going to enjoy Azure Oud, okay? So that's actually why it's not at my number 5, because there's some days I want my Oud, some days I'm like, no. This is still a great fragrance to have, and it's juicy, it's sweet, it's rich, it's a long-lasting fragrance, and a perfect rendition of the Oud Maracuja Accord in a fragrance for an affordable price point. At number 6 is Azure Oud by French Avenue. At number 5 is Tiramisu Coco by Zimaya. Zimaya is a part of the Afnan conglomerate. This right here is a gorgeous fragrance. It literally looks like a dessert. This is so beautiful. Tiramisu Coco is a dupe of Amore Cafe by Mansera. Trust me, I smelled my decanter of that fragrance. I smelled Tiramisu Coco. Couldn't tell them apart. In fact, to my nose, Tiramisu Coco is a better performer than Amore Cafe. Well, I had a decant, not a full bottle, but my decant did not perform so great. Tiramisu Coco performs amazingly. I mean, I sprayed this on a jacket. I could still smell it throughout the day and at the end of the day. It's so good. I did not have to let this to like stay or age or mature or whatever. This has been performing since I got it in my collection, and the bottle is so gorgeous. I love it. I love the metallic part of it. See? So cool. For the price point, you're getting a stellar performer. And if you want to wait, you can still wait. I'm sure the price will come down. But I got this at, something acceptable in terms of price point. But anyway, Amore Cafe has a dupe, and the dupe is Tiramisu Coco, and Tiramisu Coco is just a great fragrance. If you love your sweet gourmand fragrances, especially for the holidays, you're going to enjoy Tiramisu Coco. This is by Zimaya. It's from the Afnan brand, and it's at number 5. And number 4, I'm excited to talk about my number 4. This is Angam by Lattafa, a fragrance that I completely adore. Look at my dent. Oh, I love this fragrance so much. This is my vanilla lavender cupcake. That is the only way to describe this fragrance. It's fluffy, it is sweet, it also has a calming effect from the lavender. Bathe yourself in this, wear it every day. This is beautiful, it's delicious, it gets me compliments, it's long lasting, it is so feminine. This is a fragrance that is just something you need to have in your collection. And this right here is a dupe of Goddess by Burberry. That fragrance is amazing, but it has just a poor performance. But Angam, Angam takes the cake. Angam will be on your clothes all day. Angam will project. People will smell Angam. People will compliment you while wearing Angam. What is there not to love? And the price point is so sweet. It's just good. Anyway, that's my take. I don't need to talk too much because I've spoken about this fragrance a lot on this channel. But seriously, if you've always wanted Goddess by Burberry, or if you're thinking of an alternative, please get your hands on Angam. It smells so good. It smells so divine. Like seriously, one of the best releases of 2024, especially by the brand Lattafa. They did amazing with Angam, and it is the dupe of Goddess by Burberry. And this right here is at number 4. My number 3 is Fakhama by Gulf Orchid. This is such a gorgeous fragrance bottle, and the juice, look at it, like candy. This is beautiful. Fakhama is the only dupe of Love Don't Be Shy that I will recognize till something better comes along. What I mean, this fragrance smells just like Love Don't Be Shy, looks just like Love Don't Be Shy, like it is perfection. And the performance on this thing, you're getting it all day on your clothes. You're getting it for much longer if you overspray. It's staying on your skin. It's projecting so well. This is a beautiful creation that people need to get their nose on. Well, I know in the States it's pretty hard to get, understandably so. But if you can, if you ever see it pop up, please buy this fragrance. It is so fantastic. Like, it is candid. It is sweet. It is fluffy from the notes in here, the floral notes, of course. This is beautiful. Do not sleep on this fragrance. Like, what made it or did it for me was how it performed. I was so blown away by the fact that it stayed on my clothes. It was projecting. People could smell this off me. I'm like, wow, really? This is a hidden gem. If you love, don't be shy. If you want to get that fragrance, rethink your choices and get Fakhama by Orchid. Now, before I get to my number 2 and my number 1, I have to say that I deliberated, went back and forth, deciding on where to place one over the other, and then I came to this decision. The decision is that my number 2 was placed as number 2 because it is more seasonal, while my number 1 is a year-round wear. That's the only reason why it's placed the way it's done. All right, now you're ready? Let's get to it. Number 2 is Artisan Ethnic. The fragrance, the juice. This is an instant classic for me. I mean, it's a fragrance that would stay in my collection the same way Camera will always stay in my collection, because I cannot understand the wizardry that Lattafa put in this fragrance. Like, this is so good. You need to understand me when I say this is so good. Whenever I wear Artisan Ethnic, without fail, I'm getting 4 or 5 compliments. Whenever I wear Artisan Ethnic layered with another fragrance, it's all compliments. This is sweet from caramel and sugar and chocolate. This is boozy from rum. This is so rich and intense, and I love that it is a perfectly unisex fragrance. Would you describe this as gourmand? No. Would you describe this as a boozy fragrance? No. But would you say this is a merger of both worlds? Absolutely. So your boozy gourmand fragrance is what Artisan Ethnic is. It is so mouth-watering, delicious. People will want to eat off your hands when they smell this fragrance on you. On a man, on a woman, it hits really good. Ugh. Get this fragrance and you would understand the hype. It is worth it. Oh my goodness, Lattafa did amazing with this fragrance. Now, Artisan Ethnic is a dupe of Sugar Addict by Born to Stand Out. This performs better, of course. I can smell this all day. Sugar Addict is an amazing fragrance, but Artisan Ethnic is even better, and this is a perfect dupe of Sugar Addict. And like I said, the only reason this is a number 2 is because it is seasonal. I cannot imagine wearing this in summertime, springtime. I don't think so. Like, it'll be too heavy. This is also one that is a beast of a beast. I mean, you're going to smell this on your clothes for weeks. I have jackets, I have tops I've been wearing with this fragrance I can still smell. Even after washes, I can get hints of it on the clothes. So this one, strong performer, great, incredible scent, compliment magnet, one of my best, most complimented fragrances of 2024. This is just amazing, amazing to have, to smell, to own. You gotta get this in your collection. From the start, it's been strong. As it's been settling in, it's been strong. As it stays in my collection, it's gonna get stronger. So you're getting your money's worth with Artisan Ethnic. Okay, I'm done speaking. This is my number 2. So happy it's here. And if you guessed Peace and Love as my number 1 fragrance of 2024 as a fragrance dupe, then you guessed correctly. Give yourself a tap on the shoulder. You know me so well. Peace and Love deserves its place for being such an immaculate replica of Soy Malaki, so good that it performs even better than Soy Malaki. This right here is one that just needs to be in your collection. Wow, this is a woman in a bottle. This is a woman who has bloomed into herself in a bottle. This is gorgeous. This can be worn by anybody, any age, and you will smell phenomenal. Peace and Love is your floral fragrance with some fruity aspects and a little bit of nuttiness in the base. A gorgeous fragrance, feminine fragrance. You will smell remarkable. You will smell so expensive, so classy, so sophisticated, yet you will smell soft. You're all about the soft lifestyle, the baby girl lifestyle. You like things just done in a certain type of way, you want to be taken care of, this is perfection. This, once you spray it on, people will smell you. I mean, beast to the mold is peace and love. This is so good. Ay, ay, ay. A fragrance so good that it's better than the OG? Yeah, that is peace and love. And for a feminine fragrance, oh my, no parts were left unturned. Lattafa poured their heart and soul into recreating the DNA of Soy Malaki by Dre Van Noten into peace and love. Yes, Soy Malaki has been a great fragrance by Designer House, but let me tell you, I have that fragrance, I have peace and love, I reach out for peace and love more, and it's compliments non-stop. It's staying everywhere. Spray a few of this and everywhere smells just like you. This is a stellar fragrance. This is a fantastic creation. This is one that every woman needs to have in her collection. Listen, if you're in college, if you're new in the job market, if you're working in corporate, if you're working in retail, if you're working from home, if you're getting married, if you're going to see your in-laws, if you're going out on dates, if you're hanging out with your friends, like all the scenarios, if you're working in the medical space, peace and love has to be in your collection. It is an incredible fragrance to have. This is so good. Lattafa, thank you so much for this fragrance. There are not enough words to say how grateful I am for this masterpiece you have created in peace and love. And so you did an amazing job. And hey, this is deserving of being the #1 spot, of being the best fragrance inspiration or inspired fragrance by an Arabic house. Peace and love, peace and love. It's all peace and love over here. A dupe, 1-to-1 dupe of Soy Malaki by Dre Van Noten. It's at #1. And there you have it, my love. What are your thoughts on the fragrances shown here? Were there some we were expecting to be here? You know what? If you didn't see it here, it wasn't meant to be here. I've tried so many fragrances in the hundreds. These were the ones I settled for because they're fragrances that I easily reach out for. I've been wearing frequently, and I just had to give you my very true, unbiased, honest opinion. I didn't just want to throw fragrances here just because they were released or just because they went viral. If I don't have it in my collection, I've either decluttered it or I didn't see the need to get it. If I mention it here, it's because I've been wearing it a lot, I've been enjoying it, and it's worth sharing, okay? So this is my list of my top 20 fragrance dupes by Arabic brands in 2024. A big thank you to the Arabic brands who have given us quality for such an amazing price point. You guys are the real MVPs. We understand how the economy has been, so it's understandable that you are able to create fragrances for those of us craving scents that we love but maybe inaccessible, very pricey, reformulated, discontinued. Like, so many factors have been the reason why dupes have really thrived in 2024. So from me, a fragrance connoisseur, to you, fragrance creator, I'm very thankful. Now that being said, I'm looking forward to original fragrances by Arabic fragrance houses. Yes, you can do it. We've seen the work that Lattafa has done this year, at least, for making so many original fragrances, and they've been successful. So please look into that in 2025, and thank you so much for all you've done for us. Now, thank you for being here as always. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I can't wait to see you in my next one. Until then, stay blessed, stay beautiful. You are so beautiful, and you, my love, are a ray of light. See you soon. Mwah.